Good day. We will now talk about the time value of money. Here's the learning objectives. First, explain briefly the time value of money concept, understand and apply the future and present value concepts, and lastly, distinguish between simple interest and compound interest. The time value of money or TVM is a fundamental financial principle stating that a dollar in hand today is worth more than a dollar received in the future because of its potential to earn returns. This concept is essential for making informed financial decisions such as investments, loans, and savings. This report covers the basics of TVM, key interest types, calculation methods, and practical applications.
Interest types, simple and compound. Simple interest is the interest calculated on the original amount of money over a period of time using a fixed rate and without compounding. Example is a deposit of 2,000 pesos at 10% simple interest earns 200 annually, resulting in a total of 2,200 after 1 year. While compound interest is the interest calculated on both the initial principal and the accumulated interest from previous periods. It allows your money to grow faster because interest is earned on interest. Example is a 10,000 pesos deposit at 10% compound interest grows to 12,100 after 2 years.
When applying the time value of money to the future value of a sum money, it means taking into account the effect of compounding interest and the changes in value over time. This represents the amount of money that would be required to invest today given a certain interest rate and a certain period of time to equal the future value that you wanted. This can be done using formulas such as the compound interest formula FV equals to PV multiplied by 1 plus R and raised to N, where FV is the future value and PV is the present value, R is the interest rate, and N is the number of periods or years. Here's the problem. You invest $1,000 today in a savings account that earns 5% interest compounded annually. What will be the value of your investment after 3 years? We will now plugging in the values to the formula. FV equals to $1,000 multiplied by 1 plus 0.05, which is the 5%, to the third power. Then it will become 1,000 multiplied by 1.1576. Then we will get 1,157.63. So the future value of your investment after 2 years will be approximately $1,157.63. The present value is the value of a sum of money today given a certain interest rate. This is because money that is received in the future will have lost value due to inflation, so it is better to receive money sooner rather than later. When applying the time value of money to the present value, you take the future value of the money, discount it back to its present value using a discount rate and a period of time. This can be done using PV equals FV divided by 1 plus R raised to N, where PV is present value, FV future value, R is the discount rate, and N number of periods or years. Here is an example. You expect to receive 5,000 3 years from now, assuming a discount rate of 8% compounded annually. What is the present value of this future amount? We will now plug in the values. PV equals 5,000 divided by 1 plus 0.08 raised to 3. Then it will become 5,000 divided by 1.2597. And we will get 3,969.16 that was rounded to the nearest cent. So the present value of receiving $5,000 3 years from now discounted at 8% annually is approximately $3,969.16. So now we will know how to compute the future value of unequal and equal payments and present value of unequal and equal payments. But first, let's compute the future value of unequal payments. Here's the problem. You invest the following amounts at the end of each year for the next 4 years. On the year 1, 1,200, year 2, 1,800, year 3, 2,500, and on year 4, 3,000. The investment earns an annual interest rate of 6% compounded annually. What will be the total value of your investment at the end of the fourth year? First, we will use this formula FV equals to PV open parenthesis 1 plus I close parenthesis exponent n. Then we will now start plotting it on the year 1, which is this. Next on the year 2, then we will get 2022.48. And then next, year 3, to the 2650. And then on year 4, we get 3000. Please note that the exponent should reflect the number of years the money earns interest, not the year in which it's invested. Kaya kung napapansin nyo, yung exponent ng year 1 ay 3, hindi siya 1. And then sa exponent ng year 2 is 2, and then sa year 3 is exponent niya ay 1. Now let's move on to future value of equal payments. Here's the problem. Crystal Corporation deposits 1,000 pesos at the end of each of 3 consecutive years in a bank account paying 10% interest compounded annually. There's a two type of equal payments, but first we will compute the ordinary annuity, which have the formula of FVOAN equals to A FVIFAIN. Pero bago yan, i-compute muna natin ang FVIFA gaya nung nandyan formula bago magamit ang original formula. And after that, we will sum all of the values like this one, and we will get 9,101.70.
Present value of unequal payments. The problem is, you expect to receive the following cash flows at the end of each of the next 3 years. Year 1 is $1,500, year 2 is $2,200, and year 3 is $3,000. Assuming a discount rate of 8% per year, what is the present view of these cash flows? So the solution is present value 1 is equal to 1,500 divided by 1 plus 0.08, which is the discount rate, to the power of 1 is equals to 1,500 divided by 1.08 equals to 1,388.89. To the present value 2, 2,200 divided by 1 plus 0.08 to the power of 2 equals to 2,200 divided by 1.1664 is equal to 1,886.15. To the present value 3 is 3,000 divided by 1 plus 0.08 to the power of 3 is equal to 3,000 divided by 1.259712 is equals to 2,381.50. So, the total present value 1, present value 2, and present value 3 added together will be 5,656.54. Therefore, the present value of these unequal cash flows is approximately 5,656.54. Here, we have the present value of equal payments. The problem is you are considering an investment that will pay you $5,000 at the end of each year for the next 10 years. Assuming a discount rate of 7% per year, what is the present value of this investment? So the formula is present value equals payment times the fraction 1 minus open parenthesis 1 plus r close parenthesis raised to the power of negative n divided by r. The step 1, present value equals 5,000 times the fraction 1 minus open parenthesis 1 plus 0.07 close parenthesis raised to the power of negative 10 divided by 0.07. Present value equals 5,000. Step 2, present value equals 5,000 times the fraction 1 minus 0.07 raised to the power of negative 10 divided by 0.07. Step 3 is present value equals 5,000 times the fraction 1 minus 0.5083491 divided by 0.07. Step 4. Present value equals to 5,000 times the fraction 0.4916507079 divided by 0.07. Step 5 is present value equals to 5,000 times 7.023581541. Step 6 is present value equals 35,117.91. Thank you for listening to our report.